ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm just plain old John Gray again, and I'm here with...
I have nothing plain about us, John. Peggy Burton, good morning.
And I'm Jim Fuller. Just plain old John Gray.
Just plain old me.
Plain old John.
Plain old John.
Right.
That's right. Ageless John.
Yeah.
That would be nice to be ageless, wouldn't it?
I am ageless.
What does that mean?
There's no H in my name.
Oh,
it's J-O-N.
ageless.
Ageless
I thought you
John.
said ageless.
That's what I thought he said as well.
No, that's just a good way of acting.
You
That's
are
just a good
ageless.
way of trying to act that way. Hey, Steven Tyler is in Nashville this week. Speaking of ageless, at 67 years old, he's cutting a country album.
I think
I think that's pretty cool. It's hard to imagine Steven Tyler doing country, but
they all get to Nashville at some point.
yeah.
Well, you know, they run out of anything else to do, so they come and bring
Try
along.
that. Yeah.
Speaking
that.
of Steven Tyler, I noticed where American Idol is going to be in their last season, I guess, next year. They're going off the air.
It's
So.
kind of run their,
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's run its course.
run its
Yeah.
course.
Steven Tyler added a lot to that show. He had a hard time not cussing.
I know.
You know, they had to bleep a lot of stuff. But I mean, you know,
It was all about his hair, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's all about Steven. His hair and his clothes. You were talking earlier about clothes. That guy wears some wild stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Ribbons
does.
in his hair.
In his hair. And,
Bells on his toes and a bone in his nose.
That's his
Oh,
image. That's his image.
Sure it is.
I enjoy watching The Voice almost better than Idol because The Voice is just The Voice. It's about The Voice. It's not about the image. Do you ever watch it?
Well, I've watched it some, and it's not controlled by what's his
Image.
name, the Brit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he controls whoever's on there, and he owns whoever comes off of there.
and and he's done great.
You know, I mean,
Them
Carrie
movie
Underwood,
stars.
he owns her
Yeah.
because she won on there, and anybody that wins anything on there, he gets a cut for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
You know, and
Which
I
is-
doubt The Voice is
I mean,
that.
why not? If I was in his position, I'd do the same thing. You know.
Oh yeah, it's business. It's just business.
Oh, yeah.
the way it goes.
He's done quite well at it as well. Tom Brady's in the news today. And
What they do?
yesterday.
Take him out for four
Yeah,
games?
got a
I think.
4-game suspension. The
That'll
team-
never last.
The team, I doubt it will either.
Weren't
But,
y'all impressed? I knew
you
that.
know, I am impressed. I'm quite impressed, to tell you the truth. $1 million fine to the team. Of course, all
Wow.
that's subject to appeal, but looked like to me, based on the evidence presented, they didn't have a whole lot of on
No,
Tom
they
Brady.
didn't have a whole lot. And plus they're equating it to using performance-enhancing drugs.
Steroids or
Yeah, they're. I mean, I don't know. The football's a football.
I mean, I don't. As good as he is, why would he mess with a football?
Make it feel the way he wants it to feel.
Well,
They all do it, you know. There's just all kinds of conjecture about that, and I mean, but it's so crazy. It's so crazy. They've gotten down to the point now, the talking heads, and they're all just looking for a reason to get a paycheck.
sure.
You know, they're getting paid millions of dollars a year to go on sports centers and all that. Now it's down to the point is if you do it one time like that and get caught, are you a cheater or did you just cheat? You know, I mean, does that make you a cheater forever, or did you just cheat one time and get caught?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, it's insane.
as Hillary might say, what difference does it make? Sorry.
That makes a whole lot of difference, what Hillary's talking about. Deflating a football doesn't make a whole lot of difference in
Yeah,
the
it's
scheme
not
of
I'm
the
kidding.
world.
I just had to throw that
So,
out.
yeah, I know. That's, but yeah.
Did you
Let me
people have a
also
good-
say
oh,
that
okay.
folks who don't believe what Peggy said, that's her opinion. It is not.
Oh, well,
it is not the opinion
Of the NFL?
No. I was talking about the Hillary.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be derogatory.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's all right. You can
Well,
do that.
we live in a country where you ought to be able to say what you want
Freedom
to.
of speech.
That's
Sure.
what people lose their lives and fight for. My goodness.
Yes, absolutely.
Say it. You want to say it, say it. If somebody doesn't like it, tell them to move to somewhere else.
There you go.
You don't have to agree with it. You just,
No.
but you certainly have a right to
You've
say
got
it.
the right to say it.
Yes,
That's right.
absolutely.
That's why.
Right.
That's why we do what we do around here.
Yeah.
Because we're free to do it.
What about
How
George- what about-
wonderful is that?
What about George Zimmerman? Did you see
Oh
where
my
he
gosh,
got? He's
is he ever gonna
involved
get out
in
of the
another
news?
deal down in Florida. Got
He's
shot
always in the
yesterday.
news.
Always in the. Chief Paul Blackwell's here today. He may have some thoughts on what do you do with a guy like that?
I know.
So anyway,
he just popped up all the time. There's not been a year that we haven't had George Zimmerman in the news.
Yeah.
Maybe need to transfer him to another division. Transfer him to another division.
It is odd.
Put him in another neighborhood.
Put
him behind a desk.
Yeah, he may need to move.
Who knows?
Did your mothers have a good Mother's Day?
We had a good Mother's Day.
Good.
We had a good Mother's Day. It was a nice day, and I hope all you out there did the same thing and enjoyed that great day. Our moms, what can you say? That just the greatest thing in the world.
And your 3 little grandchildren, did they come up with something interesting for Mother's Day?
They were involved in some kind of dance recital down at the high school Saturday and Sunday, so I never actually saw them. But
there's something going on all the time with kids. And
there's
which is good. Keeps them off the street.
All kinds of stuff.
Whatever it is, it's
well.
a great thing for the children, but it lasts about 8 hours. and somebody forgot to tell me about it. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I bet.
I didn't get to go. So
people need to dance through life.
Dance through life. That's it. And that's what we're going to do. Is all kinds of things going on, folks. Don't you go away, or you'll miss out on something. I'll guarantee you that. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Are you tired of getting those letters in the mail being turned down for that new car due to bankruptcy, medical expenses, or divorce? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Here at Russell Barnett Kia, we are your bank. Dial 931-455-6066 or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, we are the bank and we can help you. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is our segment that we refer to as Police Pointers, and we have Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell with us this morning to give us some insights into the Tullahoma Police Department. Something nice coming up, I think, that you're doing this week.
Good morning, yes. This week is the week we celebrate Police Memorial Week, which starts Sunday and goes through Saturday. And one of the things we do each year is have a police memorial ceremony. Well, we've started this in about the last 4 or 5 years, really. And this year, the ceremony, we're going to do it on Thursday, which is the 14th. Normally, we try to do it on the 15th, but there were some scheduling conflicts. So the 14th, which is this Thursday, at noontime at South Jackson Civic Center, we'll do our police memorial ceremony. Ceremony will last about 25 minutes, and then there's a short reception inside South Jackson after that. The whole purpose of the ceremony is to honor the 5 Tullahoma officers that have died in the line of duty.
You know, and I bet a lot of people don't realize that there are some officers.
Right, and a lot of people don't. And then what we're finding, the more each year that we do this, we're finding some relatives around here that were related to some of these officers. And it's interesting to talk to them, hear some of the stories, what they remember, and we always ask them if they have some photographs so that we can copy them and put them into our historical files. But we have lost 5 officers since 1934. 2 of them were lost in one day back in 1934. Then we had one that was killed in 1936 and 2 that were involved in a traffic accident in 1970. 1 died instantly and 1 remained in a coma for 17 years and then passed away. So it is important to tell their stories and to have an opportunity to thank those officers that are now serving for their service. As we know, unfortunately, in Hattiesburg, Mississippi over the weekend, they lost 2 officers. You just never know. In 2014, 126 officers were killed in the line of duty, and that equates to about every 58 hours.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the Mississippi issue was, if I recall, was a traffic stop.
You know, they label them routine traffic stops, but nothing is routine. Nothing is the same each and every time. But it was a traffic stop, something officers do every day, many of them without incident. But unfortunately, this one turned bad, and now there's 2 more officers that'll have their names added to the memorial wall. So we invite everybody to come out and be with us that day. It's an opportunity to tell those officers thanks. We ask that you do it every day, because we should not just have 1 day a year where we tell the police officers thank you.
Sure.
But it should be ongoing. But this is just that day where we'll do a formal recognition.
And that's coming up this Thursday, the 14th, at the Civic Center.
At noontime.
Right.
Right.
Do you recall which officer in the 1970 accident? I think that was Officer Travis, Officer Riddle.
That's correct.
And which one was in the coma for 17 years?
Clifford Riddle.
Clifford Riddle,
Right.
I see. Okay.
Henry Travis died instantly at the scene.
Right.
And an Officer Riddle did remain in a coma for 17 years.
Right. Were they in pursuit of someone?
No,
at that
they
time?
had just gone to Manchester and dropped a prisoner off at the jail. They were on their way back to Tullahoma.
Right.
And that's back when the highway was only a 2-lane,
Right.
1 lane each way.
Right.
And a car crossed the center lane and hit them head on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah, that was tragic. I remember that vaguely, but what about the other 2 instances? Do you have information on those?
oh yes, I have the information. In 1934, December 3rd, Chief E.C. Armstrong responded to a call about a domestic. And when he arrived, the male that was involved had been drinking. He was drunk and fired a shot at the chief, and it struck his badge. They exchanged some gunfire, and the chief was wounded. The bad guy ran away, and another officer, Charles Holt, who was actually a reserve officer, he was the head of the then Public Works Department, the Water Department, but he was also a reserve officer, heard the call that officer had been shot, and he went to the scene as well, and he was killed. Then the highway patrolman came to help. He was killed. So actually 3 officers were killed in Tullahoma that day.
That's unbelievable.
Yes. And then another highway patrolman came and got into a gunfight with the bad guy, ended up killing him. And the trooper that killed him about 7 years later became the chief of police, Chief Hale. So that's, in fact, there was another trooper killed that day when they were taking the body taking Chief Armstrong to Nashville. A highway patrolman on a motorcycle was killed in an automobile accident.
Oh my goodness.
So 4 officers died that day.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty tragic day.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, in September of 1936, Officer James Flippo was escorting a prisoner to the jail. That's when the city hall was over by the railroad tracks.
Yes.
He was escorting him to the jail, and the prisoner took his gun, shot, and killed him.
Oh my goodness.
You know, those were all instances where people just went out in the morning, told their families goodbye, and never came home.
And I would guess as a police officer, you've got to constantly be aware of that, because, I mean,
you're always on your guard, and you practice survival techniques, but understanding too that not everybody you deal with is a bad guy. Not everybody you deal with wants to harm you, and sometimes it comes across to good people that, you know, officers are kind of arrogant or, you know, very defensive, but yeah, it's not like you can pick and choose when you want to be on that high state of alert.
Yeah, but I would suspect that not just everybody wants to be a police officer.
No, a lot of people do want to be police officers, and we usually say the first 3 years are the telltale. If you get past 3 years, chances are this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
But that's not to say people have spent 5, 10 years in it and then all of a sudden decided, I want to do something else. I want to open my own business, or, I just want to do something else.
Right.
But for the most part, if you make those first 3, 4, 5 years, you're probably going to stay in it.
Yeah. Okay. And don't forget, folks, this Thursday, folks, honoring the police officers who have been killed in service. And let me address one quick issue here, folks, and I don't know why this happened, because we've been doing this segment here for a couple of years.
Couple of years now, yes, sir.
Couple of years. Well, and since we did the last one, which was 2 weeks ago, I've had 3 different people ask me this question, and I just wanted to tell you how it is here, folks. and it's, well, you don't have to worry about getting a speeding ticket now that you're good friends with Paul Blackwell, do you? Well, folks, the fact of the matter is, yes, I do. And if I got one, I wouldn't even ask.
and I appreciate that, because what we're very strong on is that everybody gets treated the same.
Exactly.
As soon as we get into an atmosphere where certain people get certain privileges, then we have issues.
Yeah, and folks, by the way, and this is personal observation, it's not just me. I promise you, if the mayor, who is my friend, if he messes up, he'll get a ticket just like everybody else. That's the way it is.
That's the way it's got to be.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's kind of my promise to the community is everybody's going to be treated fairly.
Again, I don't know why after 2 years. Somebody asked me that more than once in the past 2 weeks. Paul, thank you so much for coming by today. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we'll be right back with more living right after this.
Did you take your medicine?
Oh gosh, I forgot it.
Her nurse,
Need a claim number?
her personal assistant,
Let me just grab a.
her housekeeper, her cook, her accountant. When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving to connect with experts and other caregivers. Together we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have joining us now on the set Jerry Harris, who is our partner here at PA Productions and Charter Channel 6. And it's so always nice occasionally to get him on the show and talk about something interesting. And today it's actually not going to be walking horses, because Jerry has another life here outside of television that involves phone systems, communication type things.
Communication services now.
Yeah.
You know, I was with Life Communications for years, and when I retired from Life Communications, I kept my territory with Telco Management Group. And a couple of weeks ago, we had a demonstration that we did in here for some people, and it went so well that we're having another one. Thursday, the 14th, that's this week, we will be having Host My Call. People come in from up in Knoxville, Tennessee this time, and we're going to be demonstrating a new service that will allow a business to make unlimited simultaneous calls. And people right now that's got maybe 3 phone lines and they get real busy and customers start getting busy signals, they know what I'm talking about. Of course, some of them, they'll put their fax line in the hunt group. Then you call and you get a fax tone rather than a person. With this new service, you don't worry about any of that, because if you've got 30 phones, you can take 30 calls. And the great thing about it, Jimmy, is the people that we have quoted it to actually cut their bill from what they were paying, and they're getting the IP phone to go with it. So it's it serves everything. If you're everybody knows that if you're in sales and you're talking to somebody on your business phone, but you've got an appointment coming up, it's hard to leave that person that you're talking to and then go to a business. With this system, you punch a button, pick up your cell phone, you've got them there, you walk out the door, you talk to them all the way to your appointment. So it's pretty good. No long distance.
Right.
I mean, the savings is remarkable. And I'm just looking forward to it. We had feed company in here last week, and this week we're going to have some insurance agencies. So they will save a lot.
So is this open to just these companies?
No, that's the reason I'm doing this. If you want to come, all you got to do is just walk in. Really, it's going to be at 11 o'clock. We're going to be in the conference room back here doing it.
This is at the studio on Wilson Avenue.
Right. 410 Wilson Avenue, Suite 123, I believe we are. But you just come in and show up, or you can call me at 931-581-4411, and I'll know you're coming, and just tell me what type of business, because it's not just for insurance offices. It can be real estate. It can be a doctor's office.
Probably could be almost anything.
Any type of business. Anybody that's in sales, because it also integrates with Glowcom and CRM, which the CRM just customer management and putting it into perspective to where you can keep up with the time, dates to call, what they purchased in the back. It's just all of it works together over the internet. It's just an unbelievable product, Jimmy. I was just I was floored, and I've been in the communications over 30 years, but when I started seeing how this worked, it just staggered me. So Thursday at 11 o'clock, I'll have Mr. Harrington will be down here, or Henderson from Knoxville, and we will do demonstrations, let you make calls, let you check the quality. Really something else.
Okay, so stop by and see Jerry. That's this Thursday, the 14th, I believe.
Right.
At our studios at 410 Wilson Avenue here in Tullahoma. All right, Jerry.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. All right. We'll be right back, folks, right after these messages.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Serving you as a local firefighter. Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force. Serving Tullahoma. Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
I'm in Manchester today, and we're here for a ribbon cutting here on the square for a great new establishment that's just opened up. And I'm going to let the owners tell you themselves about what all they have to offer here at Sweet Tea Bakery.
I'm Erica Coulter, one of the owners of Sweet Tea Bakery here in Manchester.
And I'm Stephen Fudge, one of the other owners here.
We are having our grand opening on Tuesday, this Tuesday, May the 12th. And we will start to be open at 7 in the morning for cafe breakfast. We'll have casseroles and sweet rolls, things like that. And then we will start lunch right at 10 o'clock, and you can have lunch from 10 to 2. We'll have burgers and grilled pimento cheese, chicken salad, sweet potato waffle fries, all kind of different flavored teas, and of course a full bakery display case with cupcakes and cookies, so make sure and come on by. Stefan here does bread.
Yes.
Tell us about the bread you got.
For our lunches and breakfasts, everything is going to be homemade. We make all our breads here, all of our, of course, cupcakes, cakes, pies. You can also get custom cakes here. Erica is very talented with her custom cakes. You can check out our Facebook page, Sweet Tea Bakery and Cafe, and you can see some of the wonderful things that she does. You can give us a call at 954-0021 to get more information.
Yeah, we are also, our email is sweetteabakerycakes@gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, again, guys, we wish you all the luck, and folks, get on down here and try it out. Great stuff here in Manchester. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. And choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
I'm glad you hung around. You'll be glad you did too. I'm here today with Wilma Kane. Hi, Wilma.
Hi, Peggy.
And Diana Robinson.
Hi.
And you girls are out taking money for poppies.
That's correct.
To a wonderful cause, and I really appreciate it. When does this happen?
Well, we do Friday, May 22nd at the Credit Union and Traders Bank, and Saturday will be at Kroger's and Walmart.
Kroger's and Walmart. And what time of day is that?
The day, most of the day, yeah.
Like 9 to 5, something like that?
Yeah.
And y'all will people will just be standing there with
Right,
the poppies.
right.
And you take any amount of donations.
Anything that anybody wants to donate, we really appreciate it.
I'd like to know, and I guess the public would too, some of those that don't know, exactly what does the money go to?
The money is used strictly for our veterans. The majority of it is spent at the Veterans Hospital in Murfreesboro. We do 8 parties in Murfreesboro for the veterans every year, pizza parties. We do for them, and we do the Christmas party for them. We spend a lot of money at the Fisher House, which is a new one there in Murfreesboro. We also do for the veterans here in Tullahoma. When someone needs something, they will come and call or ask us to help, and we check it out to make sure they're veterans family and they are in need, and we help donate to the Big Brothers for their baskets and whatever.
A lot of projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure about my microphone, gentlemen. I've turned it on. They're telling me it's off. So if you can't hear me out there in TV land, I'll talk louder. Anyway, all these organizations are totally volunteer donations.
Right.
They don't get federal funding, to my knowledge. Or if they do, it's probably not enough.
It's probably not enough. I know at the Christmas party for the veterans, our ward is 8B in Murfreesboro. They never get cake. But on Christmas, we get them a big cake, and they really, really enjoy that.
Take it and share it.
We share it. And at Christmas, I buy them canteen books, which they can use in the canteen store there on the campus at Murfreesboro, and then we give them a brand new $5 bill, and we give them caps, and we give them calendars.
That's awesome.
And they just have a really, really good time. We do a big spread of sandwiches, things that they don't get
every day.
Every day is what we do for the Christmas party.
How many people are in the Veterans Hospital these days?
Oh, there's
It's just
hundreds. In our unit, the one that we do, there was at one time 42, but they're down to 16 in our unit. But there's 2 guys that in our unit there has been there ever since I've been going to the Veterans Hospital to do this. They've been there for years. And we also have a adopted veteran who is a lady veteran, and she has no family. So
So you become her family.
Right. And we do a big Christmas thing for her, and then we send her money. I send money every 3 months for her, where she can go out to eat once a month and go to a movie. And she, can get out. Yeah. And
I haven't been to that. This is Veterans Hospital in Murfreesboro. I haven't been there in quite a while, but in college I used to sing with a band there, and they always seemed to love to have us there. Just having somebody to talk to or to spend time with, and I would imagine, are y'all always looking for volunteers?
Yes.
I think everybody is. And I know that there's plenty of room for other people to come in and help out. So if they want to volunteer, how would they get a hold of you?
Well, they can call me at 455-0521, and then I will refer them to the lady in charge of the entertainment at the Veterans Hospital.
That's 455-0521. And I think there's probably many people out there that don't have a lot to do that could spend a couple hours, even a week, just donating their time and energy to this wonderful cause.
Yeah, those guys, they love to talk. And when one guy, he's retired Navy, he lives in Winchester, and he knew Mr. Claire Oath at First National Bank, and he found out that I knew Mr. Oath, and every time I go, we have a conversation about Mr. Oath. Yes.
And that's fine. What made you in the beginning decide to do this, Wilma?
When my 2 brothers were drafted, is when I got interested.
You wanted to give back, you wanted to do your part. How did you, Diana?
The same, pretty much. My mom was president of our auxiliary in Michigan. My dad's a World War II vet. My brother's Vietnam vet.
Well, wonderful.
Yeah.
You are a military brat, so to speak. I mean, what better way to give back to these people that have stepped up so that we can sit here on this set and freely talk about things.
That's true.
And I think anything that you can give to the Poppy Association, that let's remind them again of the dates.
May 22nd and 23rd. We'll be at the Credit Union and Traders Bank on Friday, the 22nd, at Kroger and Walmart on Saturday the 23rd, the holiday weekend, the Memorial Weekend.
Memorial Weekend. And remember, this week is Armed Forces Day, and thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
And thank you, Wilma. And
thank you.
We all appreciate everything that you do. We'll be back.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Fifth annual Park Palooza, where we come to celebrate outdoors and being with our open space in our parks. And we usually have a kids carnival. We also emphasize health and wellness. So we have fitness trail, wellness trail, where people can come by and different groups talk about the services that they offer to the community, and people go and get a little bingo card signed that they've gone by the booths, and then they get a wristband and they can do everything for free. Our carnival games, we have inflatables for them to do. The petting zoo will be here. We also have a Gaga tournament starting, and we have a Zumbathon starting at noon. And we also have entertainment at Rotary Park. Spencer's Own is going to be doing a presentation, musical presentation about nutrition. It's sponsored by the Tennessee Department of Health Diabetes Initiative Program.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to teach the dance moves to Lexi. She's going to teach them all to you guys, okay? So this is what we're going to do. First move is whenever we sing, "It Was Just My Imagination." Your first move is called the Explosion of Joy, Happy Sunshine move. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Can you imagine what that move would probably be? That's pretty close, actually.
Wow,
that's really
she's intuitive.
You must be a professional, because it's actually like this. Pay attention. It's like this. Can you handle that? Yes, you can. That's what I'm talking about. So much better than I did. Free high five. Free high five right here. Boom. All right. Okay, so that's the first move. Just My Imagination. The second move, it's Lexi, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Lexi. I was about to call you Lacey. It's Lexi. All right. Second move is whenever we sing "Running Away with Me," it's called the Smooth Running Man or Woman. In your case, it goes like this. Just go ahead and join me. Yep. Perfect. Oh yeah.
I like that.
Perfect. All right. Okay. So
good job, Lexi.
It's just my imagination running away with me. All right. So and now everybody has learned the moves. So it's your turn to now participate and move your bodies.
Get up and do it.
Get up and do it, as Chris says. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for helping us out. All right. So the point is to move your body, everybody.
Treat this like a course in exercise. So don't just do it casual.
Slow motion.
Slow it back.
An exercise in slow motion, right?
Yeah. Don't just do it casual. Do it as if you're planning on your fitness here.
It's just my imagination. Once again.
Sing it.
Running away with me.
Yeah. Extracurricular.
It was just my imagination.
You're the man.
Running away with me.
Bonus points for standing up, yes.
That's right.
And then they started the whole thing off this morning with our first annual bike parade, where we sort of went in partnership with Tullahoma Schools and Manchester Schools to promote it. And we had a great participation as they did their parade from the park around the square and back to emphasize getting out, and you don't have to have a car all the time to move and to go to places. So the kids learn that they can use their bikes as a healthy way of transportation. And we had some in wagons, we had some on scooters, and they were all decorated. And next year it'll be held in Tullahoma. So this is a nice annual event that we're cooperating with Tullahoma with. And this is also Park Palooza is sort of our kickoff to all of our summer activities that are starting with our summer day camp that's for children ages 5 to 12. They come and spend the day at the park 5 days a week for 8 weeks. Parents love it because their kids come back exhausted, but in that summer day camp we do gardening, and they work in our community garden and learn about healthy nutrition and eating through growing their vegetables and fruits that they can take home. We have fruit trees now in the garden, so that's going to be a nice addition for us. They swim every day in our pools that we have open, and our outdoor pool will open May 22nd to the public. So this is really this is our kickoff to the anticipation of all the activities that are going to happen here in our parks and also in the recreation complex. And we also encourage everyone to look on our greenway, because we are going to complete another extension of our greenway in July, and it will link into our neighborhoods over at the Riverview Alternative School site. We are building a bridge across the Little Duck River underneath the Highway 55 bridge, so people will be able to come from the rec complex all the way over to those neighborhoods without having to cross any highways. So we're really excited about that.
Well, we're working at Park-A-Palooza. Brought our animals out here for people to pet and feed. And I hope they're having a good time.
Okay. How long have you been bringing pets like this in?
This is our 15th year to be USDA licensed zoo. This is about our probably 6th year out here, something like that.
And do you all do this on a regular basis?
Or? Yes, sir. We do it from last year. We went from Baltimore, Maryland to Miami, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama. We travel around.
Okay. What are the favorite animals with the kids?
Favorite animals with the kids will be the little goats, the smaller stuff, like the little porcupine we got new now, nobody's got into, the little kangaroo, and I would say camels. They like them. They're unusual.
And do y'all keep them at your house?
Yes, sir. Yeah. We're going to be at the FOP Fair all next week, out on Tullahoma Highway for the Fraternal Order of Police.
We're just here with information on Partners for Healing, because we are a free medical clinic here in the area, and a lot of people still walking around without health insurance. And you know what? They need some health care. They need to be well. Partners for Healing, there's 3 qualifications. One is you have to live or work Coffee, Franklin, and Moore County, which means you can actually live over in Warren County. If you work here in Coffee County, we can cover you and your family. Your household income has to be under 200 percentile of the federal poverty guidelines. And then one person in the home needs to work at least 20 hours a week. Now, the person that's employed may have health insurance, and if they do, great. But you know what? Their spouse, their in-laws, their son-in-law, whoever else is living under their roof may not. And if one person underneath their roof is not covered, they can come to see us. Now, we've got some guidelines. Their total household income, and that includes food stamps and wages and income and anything else that's coming in on the side, has to be under 200 percentile of the poverty guidelines. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to quote off the back of my piece of paper. Like a family of 3, it could be a single parent and 2 kids. Their income is probably not $40,180 a year. They're probably not making that much. And if not, and if they're not covered with health insurance through their employer, we can see them. Family of 4, 2 parents earning $10 an hour, 40 hours a week. They're not making $48,000 a year. And if not, and if they're not insured through work, then we can see them. So there's some things to go by, and yeah, please come to see us. And we are in Tullahoma, Monday through Thursday. We're at 109 West Blackwell Street. We're in Manchester about every other weekend. But just call the Tullahoma office. It's 455-5014, and we can give you all the information you need over the phone, or you can go to our website. It's www.partnersforhealing.org, or like us on Facebook. You can find all sorts of information, all 3 areas, and we just want to make sure our community is healthy.
Yes, we're doing the Kids Workshop. It's a great thing that Home Depot does. We get involved in the community with projects just like this. We also do this the first Saturday of every month, and the kids come. It's totally free. We set up, we help them build, learn how to use tools. We have snacks for them, and it's a great time for the parents and the kids to come and bond and do things together. We've got some kids that have been coming since the store opened almost 8 years ago, and they have little mini aprons just like the ones we wear, and they're covered with pins from everything that they have done over the last few years.
I'm with Coordinated School Health for Manchester City Schools, and I'm here with one of my community partners, Keep Coffee County Beautiful, and we wanted to let everybody know about the garden that's going to Westwood Middle School. We're actually putting those raised beds up next Saturday. We're going to be taking these plants with us that Keep Coffee County Beautiful has been nurturing for us, and And we'd love to have some participation if you guys have some time next Saturday to come help us build that garden. It's going to provide some nutrition education, some supplemental produce for our cafeterias, so we'd love to come and have you. We also want everybody to know that we really appreciate our community partners, and Park Palooza is an awesome event every year, and we're happy to be here.
Just helping people to really understand how we can drink and consume a lot of our calories. And one way we do that is by drinking or consuming a lot of sugary beverages. So we have a lineup here of drinks that have the most sugar all the way to the least amount of sugar, or actually no sugar, which is a drink of preference. So to make it real, because we talk about calories and grams of sugar, if you consume just one 12 or actually two 12-ounce cans of a beverage a day, you would consume actually this many grams of sugar. So this kind of makes it real. You can consume this and drink this really quickly, but if you had to eat this much sugar, it might be a lot more difficult. So let's just think about long term. If you did consume, which two of this size, 12 ounces, would equal about a 20-ounce beverage that most people consume, or a lot of people do consume daily. If you just consume one of those a day in 1 month's time, you would consume this many gallons of the beverage. Now, what does that mean? That means that you would also have consumed 5 pounds of sugar and almost 2.5 pounds of weight gain if you had not burned those calories. So this just kind of makes it real. It's so easy to consume our calories through our beverages, so we want to be sure that we're making smart choices, not only the foods that we eat, but also the beverages that we consume.
Well, we are here earlier for the bike parade. We helped sponsor that. We're with Coordinated School Health and Family Resource Center with Coffee County Schools, and we're giving brochures and talking about health. And we appreciate Bonnie at the Rec Center putting all this together, because it's a great community event.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all is forever, you'll be holding me to.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is the Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is the Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you, or at crackerbarrel.com.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
All right, we're back, and I'm with the lovely Miss Valerie Smith this morning, and from the Enchanted Village of Bell Buckle.
Enchanted Village.
And well, that's what there used to be a guy marketed it, Bomar. He was a marketing guy. They were billboards, and he called it the Enchanted Village of Bell Buckle.
Well, it is enchanting. This whole area is enchanting. I mean, Bell Buckle and here in Tullahoma, it's enchanting. You guys have so much going on. I love the the big payback program that you have, and the South Civic, the South Jackson Civic Center.
Yeah.
You guys have so much. I was visiting your website. So many wonderful people come there, and I hope that Tullahoma knows what an enchanting.
They do. They're helping. They're helping.
Bell Buckle's fun, but I think that I think this is the world of enchantment.
We got it going on. Well, all of Middle Tennessee is.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And particularly lower Middle Tennessee. But but you are, speaking of South Jackson Civic Center, you are going to be at South Jackson on.
Well, I'm going to be there May 15th, this coming Friday, and it's really a big deal. I've told some schools about it, and this is an art program for young and for the older. It doesn't have to be just kids being bussed in, although we do have kids bussed in. But my program, I was speaking at Motlow College, and my program, it really spans along. It's called American Music Roots. And so it does teach a little bit about bluegrass, Irish, and everything that's mixed in America. That's why I have these drums and things like that. It's a very interactive program. Gourds that a lady gave to me that are beautifully crafted and everything. But, and shaker eggs, and my djembe, which I'm going to have someone help me with that one. But I'm having a band come in from the East Coast. And a lot of them are award-winning band members. As also, one of the bass player, Tom Gray, he's in the International Bluegrass Music Association's.
Cousin Tom.
Cousin Tom. He's a two-time recipient in the Hall of Fame, and he's the only one that's ever done that.
Oh, really?
And so I'm having some folks come down from the East Coast that I travel with, going to record with them on the East Coast this year. So it's a real treat to have them there. And I wanted, while they were here, I wanted everyone to take advantage of it. We're doing the school program during the day, 9 o'clock. And at 12 o'clock. And it's going to be so much fun. The stage is going to be fixed up. It's going to be a beautiful show. And then that evening we're doing a regular concert at the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall.
Okay.
And I called it Music Roots and Bluegrass Concert because I'm a mix, and I do a mix of everything.
Yes, you are.
And so that's
a beautiful mess you are, my dear. A beautiful mess.
It's going to be Friday night. Starts at 7. You might want to get in there at 6:30 to order yourself some food. It's a really good price. It's $10 at the door. But with the folks that I have coming, I have Grant Rigney, who's a prodigy here right now in Tullahoma, who's playing fiddle and mandolin. And I have Jenny Lee Obert, who's originally from Virginia but lives in Nashville. She plays fiddle, and she's an artist. And so I'm going to have some really good twin fiddle that night.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
It's going to be awesome. And I play fiddle, too. Maybe they'll let me join in with them. But it's going to be a great show, 7 o'clock at the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall this Friday, this evening. Or you can come see the school program. Go to both. Make it a big music day.
And we want you folks out there to realize, this is part of the educational outreach program at South Jackson Civic Center, but that depends on what schools are doing and how they're testing and whether they've had to let their kids go somewhere else for the last week or so to meet obligations. So we really don't know, what type of audience we're going to have. So we're going to open that up to anybody. If you're a senior citizen, it makes no difference who you are. For $5, you can come watch this show. And like Val said, it's at 9 o'clock in the morning and at lunchtime. And the show's about an hour, Val?
Yeah, it's an hour, and it's a lot of fun. I do a thing called Build a Band, and it really brings it down to the very core and builds an acoustic band, and then finally ends with percussion. And I actually get people up there to play the percussion on a few songs, just to show that the wide genres of music that are in America that are played with simple acoustic instruments.
Sure.
That anybody can pick up and learn how to play if they want to under a shade tree.
That's right.
Or if they want to get a plugged-in instrument, they can do that.
That's right.
But this is a very fun show, and it's very fast-moving and energetic. There's a lot to be learned from young and old. There's, I've done this in Maryland.
Yeah.
I've done this.
We've done it all over the country.
Yeah. But it's been tweaked this year because I wanted to reach a wider audience.
Well, and last time Val was here, I saw her show, and it was just incredible. And the kids, and anyone who wants to learn about music, but particularly this she is so good. Of course, you were a teacher for a part of your life.
For years.
And it's just wonderful how she communicates the things about music that a lot of us don't know, and particularly roots music, Americana music, and bluegrass music, and how all this stuff came about, and how to do it. And the children are just wide-eyed, old children and young children, me being the old child.
I'm an old child,
and an old spirit. But give us a little touch of something here. What are you going to do? Something?
You got to play the big
I'll be the little drummer boy.
You can play the gourds if you want. I mean, I know most people are going to want to play this one because it's the most strange.
It's funky looking. Hey, quick as a hiccup.
Okay, well let's just do this one. It's called
What are you
Good
doing?
Day, Lord. We want to wish everybody a good day.
Good day, Lord.
Good job. Make today a good day, Lord. Inspire me and all my fears. Could use a little laughter. Don't mind the tears. Any day with you is a good day, Lord. Take today and use me, Lord, to bless the one who's down and out. Help me show them what you're all about. Any day with you is a good day, Lord. A good day, Lord.
Good day, Lord. Good day, Lord. Good day. Keep it.
Might open the door. Any day with you is a good day, Lord.
Again.
Good day, Lord.
Good day, Lord. Good day, Lord. Make it good day, Lord.
You come in if I open the door. Any day with you is a good day, Lord. One more time. A good day, Lord.
Good day, Lord. Good day, Lord.
Make today a good day, Lord. So you come in if I open the door. Any day with you is a good day, Lord. So
Any day
come
with
in
you.
if I open the door. Any day with you is a good day,
Valerie Smith this Friday at South Jackson Civic Center, 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock noon. It's a $5 bill to hear some great music. And then that night at the Bell Buckle Cafe, or the Bell Buckle Banquet Hall. Don't miss it. You'll regret it. We'll be right back.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
This past Thursday was Mayor Curley's annual Day of Prayer, World Day of Prayer breakfast here in Tullahoma. It was held at the First Baptist Church, and Coach John Olive was the keynote speaker, along with many other ministers from the community who shared prayer and music, and it was just a great time, and I will show you this video. International Day of Prayer breakfast, and it's at First Baptist Church here in Tullahoma, and the room's starting to fill up, and today Coach John Olive will be the keynote speaker. There's Mayor Curley and Coach Olive and Mr. Woodard. As you can see, the room is full now, and we're getting ready to start. Everybody has gotten their breakfast. It's the International Day of Prayer. We're at the First Baptist Church.
Pleased to welcome you today. My name is Carl Hester. I'm the senior pastor of First Baptist Church. And on behalf of First Baptist Church, it's our joy to partner with our mayor and some of the other leaders in our community to be able to host this breakfast this morning on the National Day of Prayer.
Abe Lincoln attended a church service in Washington, D.C. As he shook the preacher's hand on the way out, the minister said, "Well, Mr. President, what did you think of my sermon?" "It was fine," replied Lincoln, "but you didn't ask me to do anything great. I'm asking you to do something great in your own way. To those around you, especially the children, in 1 minute you can create a dream, inspire a talent, research a deeply buried gift, lift their self-image, or influence their character. This minute you spend with a child may be your greatest contribution to the world in your lifetime. And being good is contagious. You can start a chain reaction of acts of goodness. Treat every day as an opportunity to make something good happen in Tullahoma. And always keep in mind, one of the greatest jobs in life is to help others succeed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
God's blessed our community. It's a great community, but it's also a community that has more to reach for, more to help, more to give. We just have more. And there's nothing wrong with our community because it's a great community. I've lived here for 22 years. I have seen unbelievable things happen. And I've shared this over the years with people about the giving that this community will do. May not be politically aligned with each other, may not be in the same church, may not even go to church. But they'll come to a time of need. I want to focus in on 4 areas, because they're areas that I struggle in. Spending time with God. I'm real good at talking to God. Where I really struggle is trying to listen to God. You are born in your time and place for a specific purpose. Seek God, and you will find that purpose. Can you be flexible in your daily life? Can you realize when there's opportunities that come before you, just as you're going through what we call daily life? Faith. Faith. Boy, don't we wish we had faith. Easy to say, hard to do. We're told, you got faith in mustard seeds, you can move them out. All around the world, there are people that are praying, may not have a clue that it's prayer day in the United States, but they're praying right now. The last area, and I struggle with this,
It's to give thanks in everything, as it says in 1 Thessalonians 5:18. My mom and dad always said, live life one day at a time. Live to the fullest each day. Change one life at a time. Change one person at a time. And we'll change our community. We'll change our state. We'll change our nation. We'll change our world for the better.
We are Goody Two Scoops.
I love Goody Two Scoops.
A family-friendly, yummy dessert specialty shop in Tullahoma, Tennessee. We excel in self-serve frozen treats and our own incredibly tasty chef-baked creations. For frozen treat lovers, we offer frozen yogurt, ice cream custard, as well as gelato and Italian ice. 85 flavors that rotate each day. 55 toppings including fresh sliced fruit. For our baked good lovers, Goody Two Scoops offers a variety of fresh pastries at a hometown price. Our 2 certified culinary chefs design and create incredible cakes. We showcase our cakes, froyo cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pies, and chocolate-covered strawberries, offered fresh daily.
Love
Goody Two Scoops.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Good morning, all you wonderful people in TV land and camera ladies. Thanks, John, for that introduction. And Madam Elf, we're delighted to see that you made it here this morning. You know, this is a wonderful season. Hot, cold, dry, wet, whatever it is. The Christmas season always fills you with good spirits, and it's wonderful to be here. And having seen a lot of seasons in the past, I'd like to share with you a current event and the same current event many years ago, and that's the snow season. You know, the ground was blanketed with snow this morning, and until it gets waist deep, I think we could probably get around these wonderful Tullahoma streets and byways. But you know, I'm reminded of some of the days gone by. I think I mentioned it in an earlier show, that in 1939 for Easter we had an early spring, and the grass was up and the violets were up and the jonquils and tulips were all up, and sure enough, all the ladies were ready to come out in their Easter finery. Guess what happened? Saturday night before Easter, it snowed. I'm telling you, about a foot of snow, and little buttercups and jonquils, little heads were just sticking up above the snow that day. And that was not a good weather year either, because in in the fall and winter of 1939 was one of the hardest freezes in the century. And the Avoca and Lake and Lake Tullahoma froze over. And I don't know whether it was Hubert Crouch or Robert Doss that bet somebody that they could drive their Model A across Avoca Lake, and I don't know what the bet was, but sure enough, they drove a Model A across Lake Avoca in the winter of 1939. In 1940, winter was not much better because that was the time, the winter they constructed Camp Forest here for the big Army base, and there was mud around the clock, and they had a good group of big international dump trucks that brought crushed rock from the quarry at Normandy and Lynchburg, and I forget where the other one was, but they brought gravel into the Camp Forest area around the clock so they could have some kind of footing to get the trucks and material in there. But one of the worst things about that winter was the ice, terrible ice. The temperature was not too low, but the ice was terrible, and the wind. And I know the trunk line of the telephone company that went down the alley between Washington and Atlantic Street that had probably 20 cross arms on it, maybe 100 wires that took the telephone communications between Chattanooga and Nashville, and they were sagging not to the ground, but they were loaded with ice. And of course, ice is the biggest enemy of the electric company. Wind is bad and rain is bad, but ice, they just can do more. As we all know, in the ice storm just before Christmas of '98, how the service was interrupted, and we did makeshift things to live together and stay together, and we made it fine. But Mother Nature has a way of working real hard. One of the fun things about ice and snow is if you can have some otherwise fairly decent weather, was to go sleigh riding and sledding. I know Camel's Hill, which is the second block of West Lincoln Street, before it was ever paved, was real steep and it was gravel, and that was called Camel's Hill. And it was fun to get on a great big piece of heavy cardboard or sled and run and jump on it about when you're in front of Domino's Pizza on West Lincoln Street, and you could slide all the way across the bridge, Rock Creek Bridge on West Lincoln Street. And it was fun. The police or public works people put a big 55-gallon oil drum in the intersection there of Lincoln and Jackson, and kept a fire going in it so folks could warm their hands, and it was a great time and a lot of fun. And the automobiles or vehicles couldn't come up that block of West Lincoln because it was so steep and slick. Another good sleigh riding hill was over behind the old Tullahoma Laundry there, and it was called Osborne's Hill, and you could go down on it and sled. And if you didn't turn quick enough, you'd wind up in Rock Creek, and a lot of our buddies did do that, but it was so much fun. And long about the middle of the early middle 70s, had a good snow on a weekend, and a lot of folks went out to the Lake Hills area near Avoca, and it was good wide roads out there and real good and slick. The sun was out, and spent the whole afternoon, that Sunday afternoon, sleigh riding. A couple of brothers here, the twins, Charlie and Clarence Weaver, that made a big wooden sled that probably 15 and 20 people could get on out of 2x4s and some old lumber, and they called it the dingbat. And they'd get somebody in a pickup truck or a car that would drive them all over town, had blankets, and it was so much fun. But if you bundle up good for cold weather, why, it's really great. If you might as well not try to get out in a t-shirt because you freeze and take cold, but if you bundle up real good, well, it's a lot of fun and keep warm that way. But those days were real fun. One winter, many years ago, the weather was so severe and the snow was so heavy that people ran out of firewood, and the city fathers said you can go down to South Jackson school grounds and cut some of those old oak trees down there and get you some firewood. When the school was first built there, you could not see all the way across the campus for the big trees that were there. But that particular winter, they cut down many of those trees for firewood, and that was a 13-acre block there that was the original town square. And even years before that, I asked my grandfather one time what the earliest snow was and the latest snow, and he didn't remember when the earliest one was, but he said the latest one was the corn was already up and the gardens were green, and the yards had plenty of grass and the leaves were all out and everything. And on May the 16th of 1886, they had about 18-inch to 2-foot snow that late in the year. And I thought, surely not in May, but sure enough, somebody called in the weather people at Channel 5 a year or two ago and asked the same question: when was the first one and when was the latest one on record? And sure enough, May the 16th, 1886, blanketed Tennessee from Memphis to Kingsport with a deep, deep snow, and it stayed, they said, for about a week. But those are some of the things that, and things of past that were related to snow. I understand that today the forecast is for, I think, a high of about 20 and possible snow flurries tonight and Saturday and Sunday, and Christmas Day is supposed to be cold but dry, no snow. But I'm wondering how it would be in where was it, in the Midwest in the last couple of weeks. They've had such terrible, deep blowing blizzard type snows. I talked to one of my suppliers in Iowa yesterday about 3 o'clock, and the lady said, "We're getting ready to go home." I said, "How come?" She said, "We can't see across the street. The snow is blowing so hard, and the streets are slick, and we want to get home when we can." "How is it down there in Tennessee?" I said, "Well, the sun is out now, and we've had a few snow flurries, but it's pleasant, and if you bundle up real good, it's not too bad. I wish we were down there because we're up in all this heavy blowing snow, and but that's what you expect up there, you know, to have plenty of snow and that sort of thing. But we live in the sunny South, and I'm glad that we have the changing seasons, the 4 seasons. One last thing I remember very well, February the 16th, 1946, when our ship had just come back from the South Pacific. We pulled into Boston Harbor, and it was 26 below zero, and the wind was blowing about 50 or 60 knots off the North Atlantic. And I'm telling you right now, I prayed if the Lord get me back to Tullahoma, Tennessee in one piece and get me thawed out, I would never ever complain about hot weather again, and I haven't. But those were really bone-chilling days. And tell you what, this is not the end of the story, because there's a lot more to be coming pretty soon, and we'll have some tales to tell, and we thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a good, dry, warm day.
Are you tired of getting those letters in the mail being turned down for that new car due to bankruptcy, medical expenses, or divorce? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Here at Russell Barnett Kia, we are your bank. Dial 931-455-6066 or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, we are the bank and we can help you. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network. All right, Peg, we're back, and we just want to make sure everybody remembers to stop by South Jackson, see Valerie Smith on Friday.
Listen, this is a great opportunity, and I hope you all made it really clear that everybody can come, and for $5 you'll never get a show like that. We decided to open up that the whole community needs an education, and to give them the opportunity to come. So I hope people will come. It's a great show. I couldn't believe all the people she's bringing in. You got some good water there?
Aquahydrate right here. This is our water from our water sponsor, and that is Mid-South Distributing, Rick Gerwin and his family. And if you need hydration, if you need water, and as warm as it's been, hadn't rained in 17 days.
And if you need electrolytes,
there you go.
It's in there, and that's really important.
Aquahydrate. Thank you, Mid-South Distributing.
We appreciate that. You know, Saturday is Armed Forces Day, and I think we need to remember that. And our band, South Jackson Street Band, is going to be helping to open the Park Theater in McMinnville.
Oh, wonderful.
So if you live up there and around McMinnville Saturday night, there's something going on there.
Be something going on.
It's totally free. You just have to call for reservations.
Always stuff going on around here, folks. You stay safe out there. Stay happy. Stay cool if you can, and watch us.
Watch us and get over to South Jackson Friday.
That's right.
And don't forget the police
memorial on Thursday. That's right.
And that's also at South Jackson.
At 1 or 11?
I think it's 12 o'clock. Okay. It said noon on everything.
That would be 12 o'clock.
That would be 12 o'clock.
Okay, folks. We're out of here. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
To pray, I don't know what to say. I'm not sure how to fix the things I'm dealing with. I'm in a desperate place. I need to share the way, but I just don't know how to let it all pour out. Though I'm silent, my heart is crying. 'Cause I was made to come to you. So I pray, God, I need you more than words can say. Right here in this moment, you know my heart, you know my need, you know every part of me. So even if it's just to speak your name, I'm gonna pray. Failed to find the time, but you've been calling out. I let the days go by as if I could live without, but it's gotta be here and now. I won't be pulled away, 'cause it's just you and I. So let the world around us fade as I pray. God, I need you more than words can say. Right here in this moment, you know my heart, you know my need, you know every part of me. Even if it's just to speak your name, I'm gonna pray. hands and pray. You know my heart, you know my need, you know every part of me, even if it's just to speak.